So, time to get moving, or time to slow down, whatever it is you need. So we're in a hotel room, and the good thing is you don't need a lot of space. You want to have a couple pillows, maybe a towel, of course some water. So we're going to start standing. So you would start, and you don't have to be in fitness gear. You could be doing this in a suit if you have to rush out, a dress even if you want to. But if you have pajamas or something comfy, because you're planning properly, make sure you have something that you can move in a little bit. So you're going to stand with your feet solid on the floor. Take your shoes off. Keep your socks on. We're in a hotel room. And you're going to bring your arms. You're going to breathe in through your nose. And a big exhale. And that might have been the first time you actually took a big breath that day. So take another one. You're going to grab one wrist. Let's grab our right wrist and stretch it up to the ceiling. And then you're going to tilt to your left and look under your armpit and give your side body a nice stretch. And you're going to immediately start to feel better as you start moving your body a little bit differently than you did all day. And a big breath in. You're going to grab the other wrist, which is my left. You're going to stretch it up to the ceiling. And you're going to tilt to the right, look under your armpit. Exhale. Just take your time. Hopefully this is the end of your day and you don't have to rush. And exhale. Start to move those shoulders around. If it starts to hurt, don't be afraid to move them slower. And reverse. And keep breathing. And now let's move the arms around. Get those shoulders moving a little bit more. This is probably a movement you haven't done for a while. And reverse it. Giving our chest muscles and our pectorals a little bit of a stretch as well. And clasp your hands together and round the back. Give your back a nice stretch. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale, bring the hands to the back of your waist, and stretch out the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale. And next you can do a little squat. Put your hands on your knees, and our backs get a lot of pressure from sitting or standing all day. So doing a little standing cat-cows by contracting and flexing. You're going to start to move your back, breathing in and breathing out. Really rotate those hips underneath, giving that spine a little bit of movement. Just don't forget to breathe. Do one more. And then come back up. And whether you're traveling for pleasure or business, it does have a mental toll on you. So one good thing you can do is to reverse, do an inversion so that the blood flows to the head, because we're standing or sitting all day. So a good way to do an inversion for mental health is to just do a forward fold with your knees soft. So as you're upside down, you're actually stretching your hamstrings and your calves and your back. And you're also allowing your head to tilt and relax. Give your head a little shake. You can grab your elbows if you like, and you can pull down to the floor. You're going to immediately start to feel your back getting a nice stretch. Try and stay upside down as long as you can. Just maybe rock from side to side. Give your back a little movement. Keep breathing. Your knees don't have to be locked. You want to keep them soft. And then relax your arms and bend your knees a little more. Slowly, slowly roll up. Allow the blood flow to come back down. Whew. Let's shake it out. So far, so good? Now, if you have a chair in your hotel room, this is actually a great piece of equipment. So you just bring your chair out, and you rest your forearms on the back of the chair, and walk away towards, back away far enough so that your hips are resting on top of your feet. So you have a nice alignment here. And your eyes are looking straight down at the floor, and you're stretching your arms as much as you can. pulling the navel up towards the spine while flattening your back at the same time. So really reaching your tailbone out. And what you're going to notice is you're getting a nice stretch in the back of the hamstrings, back of your latissimus dorsi, down the side of your back, into your shoulders, into your arms. And if you can just hold that for a few breaths, you'll start to really enjoy the stretch, and you'll see some muscles slowly starting to stop resisting. And if you turn your toes to 1 o'clock, keeping your arms where they are, you're going to feel an extended stretch on your right side and maybe your left leg. And then you turn your toes to 11 o'clock, and then you'll feel your left side stretching and your right leg. Taking a nice breath in, coming back to 12 o'clock, round your knees and slowly roll up. We're going to use some pillows that I found in the hotel room. So sitting or standing, we take a lot of pressure in our hips and our back. So if you come down onto your knees, we're going to put one knee on the pillow, and then the other leg is going to come out. And this pose is going to actually give some nice stretching into your hip flexor. Maybe I'll try the other leg first. So we're stretching this hip flexor and down to the quads. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide your left leg forward and gently press into the left knee, making sure your knee's in line with your ankle and lifting up from the pelvis. You're going to feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor and down your calves. And if you've been sitting all day, you're going to really enjoy this. And while you're here, you can take your right arm, the opposite arm up, breathing up, and then you're going to tilt to the left, and then you're going to feel a nice stretch as you hold that. Hold it for a few breaths, and then come back up. And then you're going to change your legs. Always do both sides. Taking your time, lifting the pelvis. Make sure the knee's in line with your ankle. And just feel the nice stretch in your hip flexor. Taking a nice breath. Left arm up. And you're going to tilt to the right. You see also using your stabilizing muscles, which are these muscles on the outside of our body as you try to balance in these poses. Back, and then get off your pillow. Now the next few moves are on the floor, so if you don't want to be touching the carpet, you grab a towel, or if you have a yoga mat or a blanket, you protect yourself from the elements with your towel, and then you can have a seat. Even though sitting sometimes causes a lot of damage, sitting at night actually will help because we can sit differently on the floor. When you sit on the floor, you can actually have a nice stretch for your hips. But if your hips are tight or tired from the day, feel free to use a pillow to hike yourself up a little bit higher and allow your pelvis to be nice and straight, your shoulders back and down. And just sit here for a few moments, allow the knees to drop, and you're going to slowly feel the hips actually start to relax. And by taking a few breaths, you're just able to calm your mind and your body down. Because the goal for this is to have a good night's sleep. So the more care you take for your mind and body, the more successful you'll be at getting those 7 to 9 hours of sleep. That's possible. So I just changed my legs just to get a little bit of a different stretch. Taking a few breaths. And you can remove your pillow. Now, a lot of us have pain in our lower back or our sacrum. So this exercise feels fantastic if you can just get into the pose. So using those pillows again, 2 or 3 would be good. Not soft pillows, you want firm pillows for this. So you've got your firm pillows. I'm going to use 2 because these ones are thin. What you're going to do is you're going to place your feet flat on the floor, tilt your pelvis under, press up into a bridge-like position, Tuck those pillows under your hips and gently bring your hips down onto the pillow. Now the trick is to not have your spine resting on the pillow. Your spine is actually dangling off the edge of this pillow. It's kind of like a bolster. And what you're going to immediately start to feel is pressure releasing from your lower back. And you can actually sit here and relax as long as you like. Maybe open up your arms so you can close your eyes. Take a few breaths. I try and do this exercise almost every night. It's easy and it feels fantastic. Even if you did this just before you slept, even if you skipped everything else because you didn't have time, you can at least give yourself this moment and hold that for as long as you like, as long as you need, and you can release those pillows. A lot of people that I talk to have sciatic pain or piriformis syndrome, and this is a good exercise to manage that sciatic pain by crossing your left leg over your right. Put your left hand on your knee and just gently press that knee away. You're going to feel a stretch in your hip. And then you're going to pull your right knee in towards your chest, grab through your legs, and this is when we get a nice stretch in the back of our left hip, where the sciatic starts. That's where the nerve is. Keeping your tailbone on the floor and your shoulders resting on the floor. Hold that for a few breaths and release gently. And you're going to change sides. Take your right leg over the left, right hand on your knee, and gently press it away. And pull that left leg in and pull it into your chest. You're going to feel that stretch back here. Make sure your shoulders and your tailbone are both resting on the floor. Take a few breaths. Give your body a chance to get used to the pose. And release. Shake it out. If you like, if you still have time to do a few more exercises, you can do a little windshield washer, we call it, where you just kind of slide or sway your knees from side to side to give your lower back a little bit of movement, a little bit of a break from your day. And tuck your knees into your chest and give your back a little bit of a massage. Here's a massage you don't even have to pay for. You're feeling your back. And an important pose, which we often forget, is to give our feet and our legs a break, especially if you've been standing all day. So you want to try to get your legs up against a wall if possible, or you can use a chair. You can just rest your legs on top of the chair. And you can just breathe, close your eyes, allow the back to sink into the floor. And this will change the blood flow, which will actually give some relief to your feet, to your legs. And if you're adventurous, you can keep your legs straight up to the ceiling. Or like I said, lean up against the wall with your feet. Maybe roll your ankles, give your ankles and your toes some love, and reverse them. And if you want to put your legs back down to rest, just give yourself permission to be lazy now. Take some breaths. And always be sure to get up safely and quietly, or maybe not that quiet, safely. Roll over onto your side, come back up. Hi, if you want to do more than stretch at the end of your day in your hotel room, you can also do these 3 exercises that I actually try and incorporate into my evening every night, regardless if I've had a busy day or a slow day, if I'm tired or not. These 3 exercises kind of target from head to toe very quickly. So the first exercise I like to do is resistance training with my upper body. And so push-ups are actually a great way to incorporate some resistance training. Now, I really don't like push-ups, but they do have They do have a lot of benefits. So I would recommend starting with your knees on the floor so that you have a safe positioning. If you're new to push-ups, you want to make sure that you're doing it properly. And so you want to make sure you have your knees on the floor, your hips tucked under, and your arms slightly opened, a little bit wider than your shoulders. And you could have your toes up, your toes down, cross, whatever's comfortable. But the goal is to make sure that you have your belly to your spine and you're not arching your back. And you breathe in on the way down and breathe out on the way up. If you're new to push-ups, you might want to just do 5, maybe 10. I shoot for 20. So you come down slowly and you exhale on the way up. And then you go down, and you can take breaks in between. You can do maybe 5 at a time, or maybe 10 at a time. But the more often you do it, slowly you'll be able to increase your reps. And then if you engage your core, you'll notice your core getting a workout. You'll notice your back getting a workout, your deltoids, your pecs. And I don't know how many I've done. That feels like 50. Do as many as you can until you can't do any more without proper technique. Let's say that was 20. Come down and take a break. To child's pose. So your heart's already pumping, you're burning calories, you're getting strength in your upper body. Now I'm going to move to the midline. So for your core and obliques, sit-ups aren't always a great alternative. It's a little dangerous. So what you want to do is you can go into a boat pose, which is feet off the floor, belly to your spine, and you can tap your hips on one side and the other side, twist, twist, making sure you're engaging your core. If you have something heavy like a water bottle, if you're at home and you have weights, you can I usually add a 10-pound weight to this, and I do about 30, making sure I'm breathing through the whole thing. You can start off with 10, 20, move yourself up until you feel your core and your obliques getting somewhere. It sounds like, I don't know, 10, 15. And then you could wrap it up, working the lower body. So lying on your back, this is the big finale. To work your inner thighs, if you want to strengthen your inner thighs, I like to just squeeze my knees together, pressing my spine to the floor, and release it's a small movement. So you're just squeezing your knees, you're tightening your inner thighs. I usually do about 20 of those, and you'll feel your inner thighs getting stronger as you do it. Then moving around to your glutes and your hamstrings, tilting the pelvis, lifting your hips up and down. Squeeze and down. And keep going, you keep breathing, really squeezing the butt. And then you could hold it up there if you like. So you feel a little bit of a burn. Keep breathing, and then slowly come down. And give yourself a little stretch. And that way you feel like you've done some resistance training. You can do it anywhere you like, in the hotel or at home in your living room. You want to wrap up your little routine. Put your hands back on your knees, roll the shoulder blades back, close your eyes. And you can stay here as long as you like. Maybe start to meditate, clear your thoughts, prepare your brain and your body for a really good night's sleep. And make sure you hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Traveling is so hard on our body when it comes to hydration. So even after you've done all of these stretches, you've eaten healthy, you've slept well, you've stretched, without that water, your body's not going to really take in all the good stuff you've done. So don't sabotage all the good things that you're doing. Make sure you hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Have a great business trip and vacation. And if you have any questions or comments, just let us know. Thank you. Bye.
What do you think about us podcasters doing this whole video thing? If you like what you see and you still have wine in your glass, there's more videos down below that you can always keep up. Or subscribe and you'll never miss another one.